It's Vegas, baby. Mountain West tournament time. Aztecs, one of the many bubble teams for the big dance. Beginning of this season, such a stacked roster. Consensus preseason pick for regular season champs. Really didn't expect to see him in this spot, but here we are. So this roster is the number 2 bench scoring team in the nation. They entered the conference championship tournament with a first-round bye as the number 2 seed, facing a red-hot Colorado State Rams team in quarterfinal action at the Thomas and Mack Center. If there is such a thing as an underachieving 20-win team, the Aztecs are it. 20-10 overall, posting a 14-6 conference record. Tipping it off against number 7 Colorado State, 21-11 overall, 11-9 in conference play. 2 teams split during the season, each holding serve at home. Not to bury the lead, but the Aztecs won it, 71-62. It shouldn't have been that close, but this time of year it's just enough, I guess, to live to fight another day. We say hello to our man at the Thomas and Mack, Louis Weiner, for more. Louis?
Thank you, Steve. If I have told you before the game the Aztecs would go 6 minutes and 49 seconds without scoring a field goal at the very end of the game, would you have said A, they'd win, or B, they wouldn't win? I bet you would not have said A. But that's exactly what happened inside the Thomas and Mack Arena in front of a crowd mostly made up of Aztec fans. I'd say about 80% of the arena, Steve, was red and black. A small gathering of Colorado State fans, but you couldn't really hear them because the Aztecs fans made that much noise. But I must say I was very disappointed with the student contingent. Earlier today, Utah State played with a massive amount of students harassing the opposing team and really helping their team to victory. Grand Canyon, same thing. Just a ton of students in the stands and doing what they do during the regular season to spur their team on. Although Grand Canyon came up without a win. But here at the Thomas and Mack Arena, Steve, the show was a no-show. So that was very disappointing. But the crowd that was here really rooted on their Aztecs. This is a great atmosphere, I must say. If you get a chance to get here before the tournament is over, the $9 bratwurst, not bad, pretty good. Every day they have a special deal of souvenirs. Today it was the Mountain West Conference sweatshirt, $5 off. I did not buy one. I should have bought one for you, Steve. Should have brought you one. And I know you love this, the beef jerky, right? The Trapper John beef jerky ads all over the place. I know how much you love that beef jerky, but you can't go 10 minutes in this arena without the woman who's egging on the crowd and stuff, talking about the beef jerky. But, it was just a terrific game, just fun to be here. I was at the opposite end of the Aztec bench, so I was actually closer to the Colorado State bench, so I didn't really get to be around the Aztec pep band and the Aztec cheerleaders, but I could tell that they were excited to be here and absolutely really excited to be coming back tomorrow for another game, semifinal game tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. More from me in a few minutes. Back to you on the stats and recap, Steve.
Thank you, Louis. Aztecs' solid defense, subpar performance at the free throw line, combined with hot shooting from beyond the arc by the Rams, made the final score 71-62 look like the game was closer than it was. The team from Fort Collins led by 5 in the early going, ended the half shooting 43% from downtown on 6 of 14 shooting. Threes from all over, contested, late in the clock, didn't matter. They just kept going in because the Rams are an excellent three-point shooting team, best in the Mountain West. But the Aztecs owned the glass and the paint. Rebounding margin 26-14 in the first half. They had 14 second chance points, a total of 24 points in the paint. And they needed them too because Aztecs were cold from three-point land. A tepid 13% on 1 of 8 shooting. Ultimately, Aztecs battled to a 39-26 lead at the break, pulling away decisively in the closing minutes. Miles Byrd coming out with a lot of energy during the half, leading the team with his dad looking on, 9 points on efficient drives and jumpers. Pharaoh Compton playing like a man on a mission, 10 points in the half, 4 rebounds. Miles Heide showing some toughness inside with 5 boards. No LZ Harrington for the Aztecs, still out with a lower leg injury, but Sean Newman Jr. started at the point. ran an offense where everyone scored but Tosh DeGorville. Aztecs closing the half on a 13-0 tear over the last 2 minutes, featuring back-to-back threes from B.J. Davis and Miles Byrd. The Rams' Brandon Recksteiner and Chase Butler winged enough threes and ended the half with 9 apiece to stay in touch. The second half summary felt like a game the Aztecs could have emptied the bench on, but for their inability to consistently knock down their free throws. They finished the game 22 of 42, 52% from the line, had a 16-point lead 6 minutes into the half, but it's the tournament. Loser goes home, so the Rams giving their all. They managed to get it within single digits inside of 5 minutes and were instructed by their coach, Ali Pharaoh, to play their version of Hack-a-Shack. Aztecs obliged by missing more than any team should who has postseason aspirations. Rams kept in touch by continuing to make shots from three and anywhere they could. On balance, though, Aztecs limited Colorado State to tough shots and kept crashing those boards. Miles Byrd finished with a team-high 12 points and 8 rebounds, tied with Miles Heide for most rebounds on the team. Aztecs got double-digit scoring from Reese Dixon-Waters and Pharaoh Compton. Balanced scoring throughout the team lineup, 24 points off the bench. Rex Steiner led the losing side with 16. Don't mean to pick on him, but Tay Simmons, who is otherwise a fine physical player for the Aztecs, was targeted by the Rams for fouling, sending him to the line, and he went 5 of 12 from there. Aztecs unable to score from the field in the last 6 minutes, 49 seconds. But that is picking nits. Aztecs led this one for 32 minutes total. They play solid and at times stifling defense, continue their domination on the boards, out-rebounding the Rams by 10 for the game, 14 offensive boards on the night, 18 second-chance points. They finish the night with 42 points in the paint. Aztecs get the win, get to play in the semifinals on Friday. We now go back to Lewis, our man at the Thomas and Mack, with the post-game comments.
Thank you, Steve. Now, this Aztecs team looked nothing like the Aztecs team we saw the last 4 or 5 games of the season, where they gave up, I believe, 5 straight games of 80 points or more. And Coach Dutcher said coming into this one, he was focused on Colorado State. No disrespect to Fresno State, but he said they practiced to play Colorado State, and the focus was on defense and rebounding. And boy, did that pay off. The Aztecs pulled down 14 offensive rebounds in this one, and they had 18 second chance points. And as far as defense, Steve, they did a pretty good job. Yes, Colorado State hit 13 three-pointers, but they only hit 19 field goals for the game. So that was only 6 two-point shots that they made. And Coach Dutcher talked about that after the game.
Getting a bye helped. And not only for legs, but we spent 4 days, no disrespect for Fresno, we spent 4 days getting ready for Colorado State. So I think everyone could see we were pretty locked in defensively. We left this tournament last year to Boise because we got destroyed on the glass. And when we rebound the ball, we're hard to beat. And so we rebounded the ball at a high level tonight, both offensively and defensively. So defense and rebounding win championships. Unfortunately, so does free throw shooting, but we escaped tonight with some bad free throw shooting. I'm going to fire the free throw coach, but it's me. So I'm going to give myself one more day to try to get it right.
Steve, this was a wacky end to the game. I mentioned it earlier. Aztecs went 6 minutes, 49 seconds, the last 6 minutes and 49 seconds of the game without a field goal, and they only hit 50% of their last 18 free throws. And after the game, I asked Coach Dutcher if he had ever been a part of such a wacky ending to a game. And here's what he had to say.
I would have liked to get a shot at it, but they wouldn't even let us get across half court. They fouled everybody and anybody, and everybody missed. Byrd missed, Reese missed, Tay missed, Heide missed, just Magoon missed too. Just go down the list. So it didn't matter who they picked. We had everybody making them. So it's a credit to our defense. You know, you miss free throws and you give in. All of a sudden you look up, it's a 2-point game. But we continue to get stops. You know, we got stops no matter what happened at the foul line. We didn't let the frustration consume us where we didn't play good defense at the other end.
Steve, as I said a few minutes ago, the Aztecs were able to limit Colorado State. The Aztecs scored 42 points in the paint to just 8 of Colorado State. And defense, again, was the focus. And Miles and Pharaoh Compton talked about that after the game.
Yeah, we came into the game knowing the type of offense they like to run. Main focus for us was, pressuring the quarterback, as we call it. A lot of guys end up at the top of the key, with no dribble, trying to look for cutters and stuff like that. So just try to pressure the quarterback, pressure them on ball, and take them out of their offense and make them uncomfortable.
Yeah, I just say we did a good job being physical and then just disrupting them, just really not letting them get into their sets.
Steve, was a different-looking starting lineup, and one player, a member of the rotation, Jeremiah Oden, didn't even play. Elsie Harrington was out with his injury, and Sean Newman Jr. got the start. Coach talked a little bit about the starting lineup situation after the game.
Yeah, well, obviously Elsie's out with the leg, and so Sean stepped back in. He did a great job. And then obviously we have Taj backing him up, and then BJ capable of playing multiple positions. So we still have a lot of depth at that position, and Sean made some really timely plays and layups down the stretch, getting to the rim and attacking the basket, which was great for us.
All right, Steve, that'll do it here from the Thomas and Mack Arena. Back to you.
Thank you, Lewis. Well, the Aztecs have another familiar foe on tap in the semifinals on Friday. It's the New Mexico Lobos, who advanced by beating the San Jose State Spartans, or as I affectionately call them, the Con Exentos. The number 11 seed surprised everyone, including Boise State fans, by advancing to the quarterfinals with a big upset win Wednesday over the 6th-seeded Broncos. That after losing to the team from Boise in both regular season games by double-digit margins. But the plucky team from San Jose was eliminated by the Lobos in the final game on Thursday night at the Thomas and Mack. Lobos fans always look forward to the trek to Vegas from Albuquerque. Aztecs Lobos won their home games against one another. Many San Diego connections in this matchup for New Mexico. Their first-year coach, Eric Olin, coached UC San Diego last season. And they have a sharpshooting guard in Jake Hall out of Carlsbad named Freshman of the Year and named to the All-Mountain West first team. Another guard, Luke Haupt, is a grad transfer from Point Loma Nazarene.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And that'll wrap up this post-game edition of Aztecs All In. Thank you so much for listening in. Please follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. You can also drop us a line, aztecsallin@gmail.com, or follow us on the X for late-breaking Aztec tournament news. So, until next time, for Steve Perez, I am Louis Weiner. So long.